Welcome back to Everything Goes. Today I'm in the studio by myself, but we got something different for you guys today. We're going to do a little boxing segment. I will be joined by a special guest. Got my guy Chris, so I'm about to call him, get him on the phone, and we're going to jump right into it. Alright, so I got my man Chris on the phone. How you doing this morning, bro?
I'm chilling, bro. How you?
I'm doing good. Nice Saturday morning. We're going to jump right into it. The first topic of today, I need your favorite fight on the February 22nd card. That's gonna be a huge card.
Yes, sir. All right, so this might sound like a little basic or whatever, but it's definitely the better Biev
and the Bivol jaw.
Yeah, and mainly because like I just rewatched the first fight this morning before we hopped on the phone, and just rewatching it, it really reminded me a lot of like the Canelo and Triple G fights.
How close it was.
Those are some of my favorite fights. So I feel like, I don't know, I just think it's going to really like be better than the first one. Mainly because not to jump ahead, but I feel like somebody's going to get knocked out, but I ain't going to jump ahead.
Ooh, okay, so yeah, let me, so let me jump right into my favorite fight on the card, then we gonna move along, because I need your opinions on that. But, so my favorite fight on the card, I think speaks for itself. I'm looking most forward to the Shakur Stevenson versus, versus Kid Austin fight, Floyd Schofield. So, my main reason for that is, Kid Austin been calling him out for a while. Since last year, he been calling him out. His pop been calling him out, saying that his son can knock Shakur the fuck out with ease, saying that Shakur is the easier fight opposed to like fighting a Tank or a Lomachenko or somebody like that. Nobody think Shakur got a chin. They think Kid Austin is gonna walk him down. So we're gonna see, and I think that fight, I don't think Shakur is going to get the credit that he deserved for beating Kid Austin, because what I will say is Kid Austin, he's a good fighter. He's a great young fighter. I don't think he's ready for Shakur yet. I think Shakur is going to get in the ring and outbox him easily, but I do think it's going to be times in the fight where Shakur got to think, or he might even get caught with a clean shot. I think Shakur's chin is better than what people think it is, but we're going to see the night of that fight. But I think it's going to be a good fight for sure.
I agree with that, bro. Honestly, I think, like you said, he's going to outclass Floyd. And Floyd is a good fighter, but it's too soon for him to be fighting.
Definitely too soon. He hasn't really been tested.
Yeah. And I do think, like I said, he's going to outclass him, but there's going to be moments in the fight where Floyd might have his flurries. And that'll be Shakur's chance to, like, really show
what he can do. Exactly.
Yeah.
Show that he got a chin. Show that he can come back out and start his offense after being hit, because he don't really get hit a lot. In this fight,
he usually able to step off the line or just make people miss, you know.
I do see him getting hit more than he did in his other fights, but I do think he's gonna come out on top. I think if I gotta go rounds, I think Shakur will win this fight. Maybe he probably win 8 or 9 rounds. I give Kid Austin 3 or 4 rounds, and that's saying a lot, because Shakur usually just go in there and sweep niggas.
Yeah. So you do think it's gonna be a full 12-round fight?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a full 12-round fight. The only way it's not a full 12-round fight is if Kid Austin don't come prepared. And what I mean by not coming prepared is he don't train as hard as he should, and we get into round 7 and 8 and he's looking tired and he's looking gassed. Because one thing I can say about Shakur, he don't get tired. I've never watched one of his fights and looked at him in the ring and said, oh, he's tired, or he running out of gas.
Mainly because, you know, he do a lot of, not saying he be running, but his game is like big on movement.
Yeah.
And he, like you said, he don't ever tire out.
He don't tire out. So yeah, I think the only way he knock Kid Austin out is if Kid Austin get a little tired and then he step right on the gas, put a combination together, and then put him down. Or
and
just.
I think,
go ahead.
I'm not mistaken, my fault, bro. I think it was Floyd. It might have been. I might be thinking about Lamont. But I'm pretty sure it was Floyd that was like, yeah, like this is my biggest payday.
Yeah, he said this is his biggest payday. This is his first meal and whatever. So yeah, I hope he.
Yeah, like him saying that, I can see what you mean. Like him
not coming prepared for the fight, because
I'm getting my check regardless.
Exactly.
So, you mean?
Like before the fight got accepted, this is the last thing I'm gonna say, then we're gonna move on. Before the fight got accepted, when he was calling it out, he seemed like he was in the gym, like this is what he wanted. Soon as the fight got accepted, he just keeps saying, you know, this is my biggest payday, my first meal. Like, why would I not take the fight? People saying I'm not ready, but they not understanding this a life changing moment for me. What if I do win? Like the what if part had me threw off, because you don't say how would you. He said his life would be different if he win that fight. Like he would wake up the next day a completely different person. So that's his reasoning for taking that fight. I hear you, but at the end of the day, you also got to feel like you're ready and you could win that fight, not just taking the fight on a what if.
Like, I'm going to win, you know?
Yeah, but
There's still some doubt in his mind saying stuff like that, you know?
It's doubt in his mind. There was definitely doubt in his mind when they was talking about the sparring session. And he got on live. It was Shakur, Kid Austin, Shakur Dad, and Najee from Shagar Talks. Yeah, shout out to them. They was on live and they was talking about the sparring session. And Shakur basically told Kid Austin, he was like, your pop pulled you out the sparring session because I hit you with a body shot, and you said that I almost made you shit on yourself. But then y'all sitting up here on live saying I don't got no power. That's crazy to me.
Yeah, you can't even contradict yourself.
Yeah.
You talking about shit on yourself.
Yeah, from sparring, but now saying you don't got no power. But yeah, I definitely can't wait for that fight. That's gonna be a good one. Now moving on to the main event of the night.
Real quick, bro.
Yes.
My fault.
You good?
Just one more.
Mm-hmm.
If like I said, better be it than Bivol. That's my favorite fight. But if Boots would have accepted the fight,
yes, with Victor Ortiz,
my favorite fight.
Mm-hmm.
Hands down. We don't gotta get too much into it, but that would have been my favorite fight if he would have accepted the fight.
That would have been a great draw. So
yeah, definitely.
Moving on to the main event of the night, Bivol versus Beterbiev, Part 2. What you think the outcome gonna be? I heard you said somebody might get knocked out. I'm listening.
Yeah. All right. So I think Beterbiev gets the stoppage this time.
Mm-hmm.
I think, and my main reasoning being, I believe he was rusty coming off his injury layoff. He was out for like a year and a half. And I feel like he usually starts slow in his fights, but I feel like it showed even more in the first half of the fight. And then when he started really getting going, like in the middle to late rounds, I feel like it was a real difference. Like,
it was a complete different fight.
It was a difference, bro. And another reason, I feel like, and it could be attributed to the injury layoff, but I think at the end of the fight, like, we just looking at the two fighters, I feel like Bivol left it all out in the ring, but Beterbiev, I feel like he still has some left in his gas tank. I don't think he ever went to that next gear and really, like, turned up for real and tried to get him out of there. Not saying he didn't try to get him out of there.
No, I get exactly what you're saying.
I don't think he really was able to flip into that next gear. And I do believe it's because of the injury layoff, and he already pushing 40. So I think coming into this fight with a good camp, you coming off of a fight, not no injury layoff or nothing like that, I do think he will be able to get the stoppage.
Got you. So I can't disagree with you, because I liked everything you said. I just want to start with the fact, going back to the first fight, you agree with them giving Beterbiev the split decision. I think Bivol should have won the first fight. I had the first fight close, but even with him losing the first fight, it was close enough to you could have given it to either fighter, so I wasn't too upset about it. But going into this fight, I don't think that Bivol can do any better than he did the first fight. Not saying that we clearly know that he's a great fighter, but I don't think that his game plan can get any better. Like, he put together, he put together a great game plan. He went out there and he executed it to the best of his ability. I don't think he could fight a better fight, and I do think Beterbiev have room to grow in his fight. The way that the fight happened for him, he could have definitely did more earlier on, and he could have definitely, like, I feel as though he kind of, like you said, he kind of ran, I don't want to say he ran out of gas, but he wasn't really reaching that next gear, whereas Bivol was the whole entire fight. And then at the end of the fight, you can just see that Bivol ain't really had nothing left. So I agree with everything you saying. I think that Beterbiev is going to win. I don't know if he's going to knock him out. He just might, but I think he's going to win only because he won the first fight, and I don't think that Bivol can do any better than he did in the first fight.
Yeah. Look, the only thing I will say, bro, like, for Bivol, like, making a case for him, is, like, just comparing it to the Canelo and Triple G fights. It's like the first fight, Canelo tired out in the middle of the late rounds. Second fight, he was able to have more energy, stamina, whatever you want to call it, like throughout the whole fight, and I feel like he was able to fight like a
cleaner fight longer.
Like in the middle and more so the later rounds. So like to me, I had Better BF winning. Or I wouldn't have been mad with a draw. I really think it should have been a draw.
Draw, honestly, because I think I had it 7 rounds to 5, but it could have easily been 6-6 or 7-5 the other way.
I feel like a lot of those rounds is just like whatever you prefer to see in a fight.
Exactly,
like if you prefer certain styles, versus others. So
like we talk about it all the time. Whether it's like power punching or just the cleaner shots, it really depends.
Right. So I feel like if like you said, I agree. Bivol fought a good fight.
Definitely.
There's not really too much he could do because I don't feel like he's going to add more power or anything to be able to keep him off of him. I think no matter what, Better BF is still going to be walking him down throughout the fight.
Definitely.
So I don't know. I just think if he's able to win a lot of or more of those later rounds, then he could pull out a victory. But I just don't see that happening.
I don't see it either, but that's what they stepped in the ring for. I can't wait. That's really gonna be a great card. Moving on to the next topic, I need a shocker, like a shocker for the night. What you think gonna happen that nobody else expect to happen?
Me personally, I don't know if it's a big shocker, but I think Madrimov gets the upset over Ortiz.
You know what? That's super crazy because that's my shocker too. So maybe it's not a shocker because I think Madrimov gonna get the upset too because Ortiz, his last fight, okay, he went down, but not even just the fact that he got dropped. When he got back up and did what he did, he didn't really look all that impressive. And I don't think he's been in the ring with a fighter that got the same skill level as him. And I think what Madrimov showed us against Crawford, not saying he's as skillful, but he definitely got that skill. He's not just an awkward fighter out there throwing punches. It's a method to his madness.
Right, I agree. And I think, to me, like, Ortiz is very one-dimensional. Bro.
Yes.
And, like, Madrimov gave Crawford problems, and Crawford is able to adapt to just about any style. So
if he gave Crawford problems, exactly.
And Ortiz is one-dimensional in my mind. I just don't feel like he's gonna be able to adapt to Madrimov.
I don't think so either. And then Madrimov, he also got a little pop. Them punches was popping Crawford head back. So I wouldn't even be surprised if he dropped Ortiz.
Yeah, definitely. I hope. The only thing I don't like, I'll say, is that Madrimov about to fight in December, and then
they rushing him. They doing him dirty right now.
It's like they just trying to cash in on the hype that he got right now. Like
that's 3 fights in 6 months.
Yeah, he gotta chill. If I was him, forget this December fight.
Honestly, I'll just be waiting for the Ortiz joint because that's where everybody gonna see you again.
Exactly.
All eyes gonna be on you that night.
Yep. A lot of people gonna be tuned into that fight, so come with your A game on that night. Forget December. But I don't know. We're gonna see. I like Madrimov to upset Ortiz. I never really bought into the hype of Ortiz for all these years. Like, he's a good fighter, but he just walked forward and just throw a lot of punches and just try to outwill his opponent.
Yeah, I think it's go ahead, I'm listening.
That's not gonna fly, bro. Like, you're gonna come into somebody that's able to make you
think about what you're doing. Exactly. I feel like it's easy to put a game plan together for Ortiz. Not saying it's easy to beat him because you got to go in there and execute it, but it's easy to put a game plan together for him.
Right, which is why Boots should have accepted the fight.
Yeah, do you think you know why he didn't take the fight?
I mean, I seen just a little interview, and I'll send it to you too. Like, I seen some clips of an interview. He was saying that. For one, Eddie called him on the deadline, and he said he still wasn't decided whether or not he wanted to move up or stay at 147. And he said maybe because he wanted to unify at 147.
At 147, yeah.
And he said he hasn't, they call him an email champ. Like, he was given his belt. He didn't actually win it in the ring. So he said he actually want to, fight somebody for a belt in the ring at 147 at least before moving up.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I think he would have beat Ortiz anyways. But I do just want to say this for the people that's trying to say that Boots ducked. They trying to say that Boots ducked because his last 2 fights he's been hit more than he have in his previous fights, and they think Ortiz got that knockout power. But I'm telling you right now, their skill level is on 2 different planets.
Yeah, it's not even close, bro.
It's not
It's
close.
really not even close. It's not close at all. Ortiz has just been like fortunate to have fought in bigger fights, so he's a more known fighter.
Yeah.
But he's not better than him at all.
No.
Like, it's not. I don't even think it's close for real. And
I don't
think,
either.
Like, yeah, Boots has been hit more in his last 2 fights, but I feel like it's a case of like kind of like playing down to your
competition. Yeah, honestly, like you leave yourself more vulnerable because you're not scared.
You're not on your A game.
Yeah.
But if you go in there and you know you're going against somebody that's a real threat, it's going to force you to tap into that next level and like really be on your P's and Q's.
So yeah, so sticking with boxing, I just want to ask you this question: like, what do you think is going on in the world of boxing? Do you think boxing is getting bigger and better, or do you think it's slowly declining?
Honestly, I feel like right now, boxing is a little corny. And I mainly say that because I feel like we was a little spoiled the last year or two with there being so many big
fights.
And now it's like the only big fights we got is Usyk and Fury, and then Beterbiev and Bivol. Like, outside of that, we don't have no like 2 top level guys really going at it for a big fight.
No.
So I feel like we was spoiled though, like especially last year and a little bit the year before.
Before that, they was jumping. Yeah.
Like every fight, it was a crazy joint for real. But I will say, like, you mentioned this, like, just, like, the younger fighters, it's a lot of good young prospects, though. So I feel like in the next few years, we should start seeing better fights again. Like, you already know, Bam is that guy.
We know Bam, man. Yeah, Bam, he is too nice,
bro.
yo.
That's really my guy, bro. And I feel like as the years go on, more people going to start, like, hearing his name, and he's just going to get bigger and better, bro.
He's gonna get bigger and better. You still got you got Mason, who just had a great fight a couple weeks ago. Yeah, what he got dropped twice, got up and knocked Bull out. It's crazy,
bro. That first round was one of the best.
It's crazy. That first round got critical. 3 knockdowns. Mason went down twice. Bull went down once. That was a great job.
Great job. Abdullah Mesa, you still got
Keyshawn coming up.
Yeah, it's a lot of great fighters coming up. But I feel like just like specifically right now, because like the last year or 2 was just bangers on top of bangers. Like right now, it's just like it like flattened out a little bit.
Got you. So I kind of want to add on to what you're saying. I want to talk about kind of like the fans' perspective. So I think boxing, I do think it's growing, but I see what you mean in terms of the level of fights that we're getting is not the same as it was a year or 2 ago. But I think with time, like you said, with these new prospects coming up, we're going to go back to getting those big fights. But I think boxing is growing. I think more people is watching boxing, but I don't think it's, I'm not going to say the wrong people, but I feel like it's more casual fans now than there ever was. I feel like it's hard to find a real boxing fan nowadays that actually know what they're talking about.
Yeah, I agree with that, bro. And not to cut you off, but like, you know, I went to the Boots fight, and just being in person, like that was my first fight I seen in person. It was a great experience. But the one bad thing I would say, it was watching the fight with so many casuals around you, like y'all don't know what y'all talking about.
Just screaming out anything. Hit him! How is he gonna hit him right now? Like,
come on, Boots, what are you doing? Like, that was a good competitive fight. Even though people didn't know who the other guy was, that was like Karen is a good fighter.
Yes.
He's not a scrub for real. And that was a competitive fight. Yeah, Boots he wasn't on his A game, and I got reasons why I think that was. But at the same time, it's like that was a competitive fight, but people just want a knockout. Like the casual fans just want to knock out.
They just want to see people go in there and brawl.
That's it. But they don't, like, I don't know, bro. They don't be appreciating where it's a good chess match in there, you know?
And that really gets me, bro, because when I watch boxing, like, nobody gonna say we don't like knockouts and all that type of stuff, but when I'm sitting down to watch boxing, I like the art. I want to see them go in there. I want to see them slip punches, land a clean combination. I want to see somebody else come back and land something clean. Like, that's what I like to see, the back and forth, the art of boxing. They just want to see people go in there and throw punches. And if guys sizing each other up or slipping punches, they booing. You booing because he's slipping punches? You want him to get hit?
That's a part of boxing, bro. And they don't get that. Like, a lot of people don't appreciate high-level boxing.
They don't, bro.
Even though like we know about it, like better be in the
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that should have been a way bigger fight, bro.
Than it
That's
was,
a high
yeah.
level fight. That's a high level fight. But a lot of people don't appreciate that. They just want to see a knockout.
Nope. And speaking of knockouts, we're gonna move on to the biggest knockout artist of them all right now, Tank. He hinted at retirement, so I just want to talk about it a little bit. Do you think he's gonna go through with it? Honestly, he said at the end of 2025. You think he's gonna go through with it?
I think he will, but I don't think it's gonna be that fast.
Mm-hmm.
And I mainly think he will because, like, I remember about like maybe 2 years ago he was started talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
So that don't surprise me. Like, it been on his mind. I think he was like saying like by the time he like 30 or something, he's gonna be out the sport. And he coming up on 30.
Yeah.
I think he'd probably go to like 32 because I don't think a lot of people criticize Tank for not taking higher level fights like he should.
Mm-hmm.
But I think before he leave the sport,
he's going to.
Yeah, I think he at least a few of them.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not all of them.
He gotta take at least two. He gotta take at least two because I feel like he's been in the spotlight for too long to have not been in the ring with an opponent just as good as him or with that same notoriety. I mean, the closest you could say was Ryan, but then people still pick at the Ryan fight and say that Ryan was weight drained during that fight.
Yeah, and I feel like if you know boxing, you know Ryan was like he didn't.
Yeah. So Tank, he hasn't really. His best opponent is who? Who do we want to say his best opponent is? Ryan or Frank Martin? Or Mario Barrios?
Yeah, and legacy wise, it's not a good look. But Tank don't care about that. And I like from a boxing, like I'm a boxing fan, so it's like I would rather you try to up your legacy.
Mm-hmm.
But like from a business perspective,
I get it don't.
World, it's like make your money and get out the sport. I
exactly.
Understand that.
So
it's like I can't really be mad at him, you know.
So I kind of.
He don't even pretend. My fault.
No, you good.
He don't pretend like legacy is the main thing. Like he make it known. Like I don't care about none of that. I'm just trying to make money and get out the sport.
He say that all the time, and that's kind of why I agree with you. I do think that he's going to retire like sooner rather than later, but I don't think it's going to be at the end of 2025 because I don't think he's going to retire without having at least one or two high level fights. Like he cannot retire without fighting Lomo or Shakur. He has to get in the ring with one of them.
At least one of them.
At least one of them. And T.O. Yes, T.O. at 140 or Haney at 140. So at 135, he has to get in the ring with either Lomo or Shakur, and then he'll probably move up to 140, probably get him a fight or two at 140. And when he do that, he got to fight Theo or Devin. I don't think he hang it up without fighting at least two out of four.
Now, I will say the 140 fights, I don't know, because I was just watching an interview from the other day. You know, he had the press conference, and he was saying, like, he don't really like fighting at 140 because he only really walk around at, like, 145.
Got you.
So he feel like he's more comfortable. And then with him already having the mindset of him already about to be out the sport, it's like, I'm not going to say I doubt it, but he'll probably try to get one of them at a catchweight.
At a catchweight. So I think if he gonna have to do the catchweight, I think his best option would be Theo, because I don't think Devin's going. Yeah, Devin not doing that.
Yeah, because I know Haney, he's done talked about going up to 147.
Exactly.
So
he talking about trying to be welterweight, and Tank not going all the way up there. So I think Tank gonna have to get it in with Shakur and Theo before he hang it up.
Yeah, at least one of them. And I will say, not for nothing, he did try to get the Loma fight, but then Loma was like,
Lomo ducked. Yeah,
so he ducked him badly.
But yeah, if you don't have anything else to say, bro, we just gonna leave it at that. We definitely gonna have you back in studio though for some more segments.
Yes, sir. Definitely slide through, bro.
Appreciate you, bro.
Be on too.
Of course. And I appreciate everybody that tapped to the channel. We know we can't grow as a channel without you guys. And we're going to catch y'all in the next one. Peace.